Welcome to This Explainer. Now I want to step into the dark for just a moment here. I want you to think back to a very specific day. You know the one. The day you watched someone else get rich. You probably saw an extreme close-up of a phone screen, right? A friend's portfolio screenshot, bright green numbers, absolutely massive gains. In your hands, they might have even trembled slightly just holding the phone, looking at what they had and, well, what you didn't. And something kind of broke inside you that day. So let's dive into exactly how that happened and how you fell right into the trap.
Because it started innocently enough, didn't it? You just watched them get rich. It was probably just a random 9 p.m. text from a friend. Bro, you need to get into this, like, right now. And you told yourself you would just look. You just do a little research, check the numbers, be the responsible one. But man, that chart was just going up, and literally everyone in the group chat was already in, just spamming rocket emojis. That momentum, it's intoxicating. It doesn't feel like a trap at all. It feels like a door swinging wide open.
And then came the question. You felt it right in your chest, didn't you? A quiet, rising panic. That little whisper echoing in the back of your mind. What if this is the one? What if I miss it again? And that fear, it completely bypasses all of your logic. It just short-circuits your rational brain. You did what actually felt like logic in the moment. You moved fast because there was absolutely no way you were going to be the last one in. You hovered your finger over the buy button and you pressed it. Hard, fast, final.
Okay, let's break down the actual anatomy of this trap. 9 p.m., you get the text and you make that frantic buy. Next morning, your investment is up. You feel like an absolute genius. You tell one person, then maybe two. Your adrenaline is just spiking. You are pulling out your phone to check that chart every, 11 minutes? But then, Tuesday arrives, and for literally no reason you can possibly understand, it drops. Not a little bump, a lot. So what do? You hold, because selling means admitting you were wrong. It drops more, from 100 down to 60. You actually buy more, because your flawed logic is screaming that if it was good at 100, it's a steal at 60. Then it goes to 30. And suddenly, it's 3 a.m.
Silence. The group chat goes completely dead. It goes from hundreds of manic messages and rocket emojis to absolute chilling nothingness. But it isn't a peaceful silence, is it? No, it's exactly like everyone leaving a burning building without bothering to tell you the fire had even started. And you are left completely alone, staring at a glowing screen in the dark, watching the number just keep going down, holding on to a losing position for dear life, just to avoid admitting defeat. Section 1. The real cost. And guess what? It wasn't the money.
Look, yes, you lost money. We all get that. But that is not the true tragedy of this trade. On one side, you had the financial cost, losing your cash. But on the other side, the real cost, losing trust in your own instincts. The part that kept you up at night staring at your own reflection in a dark window was the version of you that almost didn't buy. You remember the hesitation? You remember that small voice that clearly said, wait? The exact moment your gut instinct told you something was wrong and you just overruled it. For what? A rocket emoji? From someone you barely even knew? You see, you didn't lose to the market, you lost to yourself. And somewhere in that agonizing loss, you stopped trusting your own judgment. That is the real cost nobody ever talks about. The loss of confidence, the loss of the version of you that actually believes their own instincts.
So, why on earth does this happen to us? Let's reveal the psychological monster hiding in the dark here. Your brain has a built-in mechanism called loss aversion. This is a purely ancient biological survival mechanism. You have to remember, your brain was built for survival, not for modern-day investing. It was hardwired to keep you alive out in the wilderness, definitely not to rationally evaluate a stock portfolio.
And the stark biological math of this survival mechanism is exactly 2 times, 2x. Your ancient brain literally feels the pain of a loss twice as powerfully as the pleasure of an equal gain. This is absolutely crucial to understand. So when you saw that chart going straight up and everyone else getting rich, your brain did not see a fun opportunity. It saw a threat. The literal physical threat of being left behind. The threat of watching the rest of your tribe win while you stood perfectly still and starved. It is literally 10,000 years of deep survival programming facing off against a modern stock ticker. Psychologists call this FOMO, the fear of missing out. But what it really is, at its core, is just your amygdala misfiring. It's your own survival instinct being weaponized against your financial instinct. That group chat, that wasn't your community. It was a trigger environment. It was perfectly designed, whether consciously or not, to activate your deepest evolutionary fears. It mistook a glowing green stock ticker for a predator, and it triggered your ancient programming. And hey, it worked perfectly. The market didn't beat you, evolution did. Section 2. The golden rule. Beating evolution. The winning investors, the ones who actually survive and thrive in the long term, they feel this exact same biological pull. Their amygdala fires just like yours does, but they survive because they have built one strict, completely unbreakable, defensive rule. If the reason to buy is everyone else is buying, that is the only reason not to. I really want you to deliver this rule to yourself deliberately. Seriously, write it down on a piece of paper right now, put it on your desk, stick it to your monitor, put it anywhere you're going to see it before you open any trading app ever again.
Because the next hype cycle, it will inevitably come. There will for sure be another message, another group chat, another chart, another rocket emoji. And in that crucial moment, the only protection you have is knowing what is actually happening inside your own brain and using this rule as your ultimate weapon.
So here is what I want you to take away from all this. Step 1. Before you go to sleep tonight, find that trade. You know the one, the absolute worst one. The one you made simply because everyone else was in. Step 2. Look at it. Not to punish yourself, okay? Not to feel the pain of that financial loss all over again, but to reconnect with that quiet feeling in your chest the exact moment before you pressed buy. Remember that hesitation. That specific feeling was your instinct desperately trying to protect you. Step 3. Next time, actually listen to it.
Trust yourself, but really ask yourself this. When the next hype cycle inevitably begins and those alarms start ringing in your mind, are you going to be the prey or will you finally be the one who walks away?